And just the other day, I made up my mind that I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to start taking some of those people that go to the soup line down at Salvation Army, Salian, as we know it. I'm going to start taking at least one or two out for a meal. And I'm going to take them for a good meal. I'm not going to take them to McDonald's. Nothing against McDonald's, but I'm going to take them for a good meal. Just to give back, because I was there. And number 7, dedicated myself to helping others. Address the past in the present by moving towards the future. Address the past. I couldn't move on with my old baggage. One of the biggest barriers that I and others have is the image I hold of myself through the lens of my childhood pain. One of the biggest barriers, the image I hold of myself through the lens of my childhood pain. Now let me get down to where the rubber meets the road and the bare facts of reality, of poverty. Needless to say, we know some of these. What we are dealing with here in the Yukon, some of those barriers. We're dealing with lives of despair from childhood trauma. You know that. We are dealing with lives of shame, sexual, physical, emotional, mental, and verbal abuse and neglect. We're dealing with broken lives and trauma from years in the unloving, uncaring, abusive institutions commonly called residential schools. We had no control. Again, going back to what Senator Segal said. By the way, are you related to Steven Seagal? Oh, okay.
We have the same fitness instructor.
Oh, okay, good. But in there, there's no control. You have no control. You're told what to do, what to say, and what to think. And eventually your brain gets programmed that way. When you look at raising your children, the environment you provide for them, the messages you tell them, the love you give them, you're setting the foundation for their life. That's what they're going to believe. That's what they're going to think. That's what they're going to do. When you have people in the residential school who've been in that system so long, they're told what to do, what to say, and what to think. When they come out of there, it's exactly how they're going to be. There are crippling diseases. There is unemployment. There's a lack of trade and or bankable skills. We're dealing with a childhood heartache from divorce, shame that has never been dealt with. We're talking about dreams that have never gotten off the ground, or that once were so bright, but now they've all but lost their luster. And I want you to know that I am very thankful and very proud to be in this room with you, to be able to help people get their dreams back up off the ground and to give them their dreams back. When you've been beaten down time and time and time and time again and told you're no good for nothing enough times, you believe it. And when you come through these tragedies, you're thought processes and your belief systems and the messages you grew up with, which were all negative and hurtful, the only place you feel you fit in and have a sense of belonging is either at the Salvation Army soup line, in a tavern, in a back alley, or in jail. But I'm thankful it is all not doom and gloom. My friend, can you turn to someone and say, it's not all doom and gloom? It's not all doom and gloom. It's not. Yes, it really isn't. It's not all doom and gloom because standing before you today in living flesh is living proof that anybody can change. And I mean anybody can change. And in that crowd, there are potential social workers. There are potential criminology teachers. There are potential future teachers, MLAs, and leaders. Each of them, in their own way, they are survivors. They have a great sense of humor. They have real compassion. They cry, they hurt, they care. And they are valuable. And every single one of them is capable of changing. Address the past in the present by moving towards the future. We looked at the past. Let's look at the present. We've got to go where they are, but do it in a safe, respectable, empowering way. And therein lies our challenge. A lot of great minds in this room, a lot of big hearts, a lot of skills, a lot of talent. Remember, when it comes to poverty, you cannot help an individual unless, first of all, that individual wants your help.